Hi there and welcome to another Tuesday weekly live, and not completely weekly because last week I couldn't make it. Sorry for that. So I'm not going to be here every week, but I'm trying to do as much Tuesdays as I can. And today we're going to talk about combining quarter notes and half notes. So welcome to Creative Violin once again. And if you have your violin out there, that's going to be wonderful. Because you can work with me here, and if you don't, well, just watch it, and you can watch it back because it's going to be in the Facebook group, on the Facebook pages, and on YouTube, and it's going to stay there for a while, right? So you can always look back on it, but now you get to ask questions because now I'm here live for you, just to ask questions, for you to ask questions, right? Okay, so talking about combining quarter notes and half notes. What is that all about? Well, let me show you this. This is lesson 3 from the Creative Violin Method book. And in lesson 3 we're going to play a nice little song, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Right, and now you see the first bar starts with 4 quarter notes. Right? And now the second bar, the second finger, a quarter note, and a half note. After that, quarter note, half note. And again, quarter note, half note. All right. So did you already see what's going to happen? If you see let's just call the quarter note the short note, and the half note the long note, right? Just for this purpose. So you're going to understand a little bit better what I'm going to mean with bow economics. What an important thingy here, bow economics. So let me just show the short notes. There we go. The short notes, we're going to play half a bow, and the long notes we're going to play the whole bow, right? Does that make sense? So you wouldn't play the shorter notes also with a whole bow, because then you get this. Then you get something like that. It doesn't sound too good, especially if you play even shorter notes. You don't play that with complete bow. It's going to sound like that instead. So the faster you go, the shorter amount of bow you need. Does that make sense? Right. Okay. So let's say the short note, I'm going to give half a bow. And the long note, I'm going to give the whole bow. And we can also start from the tip. Shorter notes, half bow. Got it? So it doesn't matter if you start from the frog position or from the tip position. You can play halfway the bow and go back for the short note, or this one. Now let's go back to this little example here. Mary had a little lamb. Can you read it? Is that big enough? Let me make it a little bit bigger here. Maybe, there we go. Can you see that? Okay, the first bar, we're going to skip the first bar, but let me play it. Okay, and now the second bar, you get these second fingers, short, long. Do you see it? Quarter, half note. Short, long. So the short note, starting from the frog, and then the long note. Okay, and now I'm at the tip position. But we're gonna get the next bar, first finger there, can you see it? 1, 1, 1, short, long, but from the tip position. And now back to the frog, 2, 2, 2 again, short, long. Can you see that? Let me play that just one more time. The whole line, the whole first line. So the half notes, oh sorry, the quarter notes, the short notes I should say. Short, short, long. Short, short, long. Short, short, long. And now the song continues. All right. So you get that? That is about bow. Stock is a Dutch word. Why do I use a Dutch word for that? Bow economics. But it goes a little bit further than that. Let me just scroll a little bit further to listen 4 here. And there we go. Amazing Grace. Okay. By the way, if you check my YouTube channel, tomorrow on Xander Nichting YouTube channel, I'm gonna post string quartet special rendition, special arrangement of Amazing Grace. If you see it, like it, maybe a little comment, I would love that. Right, but look at this. Now, you see this little upbeat, the first note. Okay, but now, you see a half note, and then a quarter note, and then a half note, and a quarter note, and a half note, and a quarter note. Can you see what's gonna happen now? This is the whole bow. And now we have the second finger. I'm not going to play the fingers here now, but it's going to be a short one, so half a bow, and now a whole bow. But I don't have that. Can you see what's happening? So from the first measure, the half note, the long note, and now a quarter note, so short note up, halfway the bow, right? And now I need the long note down again, but I only have half a bow. I should have a longer arm, or I should understand bow economics. Right? Okay, now how are we going to do that? We're going to sort of smuggle a little bit on that short note and see to it that we get back to the starting position. So we're going to play a half note, so a long note. And now, instead of using half a bow for the short note, I'm going to speed up, give a little bit more bowing speed, so I can get back to the frog position in that short time. There we go, right? And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I can go on forever and ever. So let me do that with the song. Long, long, short, long, see? Fast, slow, slow, fast, slow, fast. And so on. You get that? So what is the little snaky that can sneak in here? What's the little difficulty? What's going to happen? If you did the basics right, you know everything has to do with bow pressure, position, and bowing speed. Speed and pressure always have to be in some sort of balance, right? Now, if I would apply the same pressure on both that down bow and up bow, a long note and a short note, you would get this. See? It's going to be loud. So that's a natural thing. So we increase the bowing speed, but then what do? Yes, release the bow pressure a little bit. Now the sound. Do you hear difference in volume? That's it. instead of more speed, less pressure. Pressure, less pressure. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the whole idea actually. Bowing speed and bowing pressure, right? Now there's another thing I wanted to address, and let me just go back here, and those are the bowing, the slurs. And they're gonna tie two notes together on one bow. And let me show you in exercise 9 from the Creative Violin Method. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But let me see. We first have half note, the whole bow. First finger, second finger, first finger. Okay, now we get to bar 3. And you see 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 in fingers, right? But now you see this little slur on top. That means we're going to play 2 notes on one bow direction. Got it? So let me do that. Third bar, 2, 1. I'm at the tip now, I'm going back. See what happened? So I'm going to play 2 notes on one bow. 2 notes on one bow. Those are the slurs. If they're written down like that, you place these notes under one bow. Does that make sense? Now, how do we practice that? Because it can be a little bit difficult. If I'm going to do the maths right, then I'm going to divide the bow in 2 parts. So one part for the first note and the other part for the second note. Then I would be changing the notes when I'm halfway the bow. Are you still with me? Okay, calculation. Okay, so let me show you. If I'm halfway the bow, then I'm going to pick up the second finger and go to the first finger. Right? Well, let's do that again. Halfway. Now. That's it. One more time. Halfway the bow. Now. Now, in the up bow, we have to put back the second finger because the up bow starts with the second finger. So let's do that. Second finger on it again. And let's try that again. Upwards. Halfway the bow. Got it? Now, easy, right? So if you have a question about this, it doesn't make sense or anything, let me know. I'm live here and I can answer your question. So now to tie that all together. That's a little bit more difficult. So, but think about using the whole bow. Think about changing the finger halfway. So picking up the second finger halfway. First it has to be on the string, right? It has to be there already. You don't switch fingers. Let me see that. Can I show you that? So when I have 2 fingers, both of them are on the string, right? So I just have to pick up the second finger. I just have to pick up the second finger and you hear the first finger. I see sometimes people changing like that, and what's going to happen? You get this little in between, right? And now it's clean, right? So the first finger on the string, second finger, just pick it up. So only the second finger in this little exercise is moving. So let's go to the third bar. Can you see that? With the quarter notes with the slurs, and we go up, put it down again, up, put it down again, and there you go. See that? Now let me play the whole first line. We start off with the half notes, 0, and the whole bow for the half note. And there we go. Halfway. And going on, second row, 0, 1. There you go. Playing slurs. And you can have more than 2 notes on one bow. You can have a lot of notes on the bow. A lot of notes on one bow. You can have that, but let's keep that for a little bit later. Now, with the bow economics, the half note gets the whole bow, and the quarter notes get half a bow. But now with the slur, we don't go back to the tip, but we go on to the frog. Go on. So the bow in this complete exercise, have you seen it? Every bow has 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What the bow just goes back and forth like a little robot machine. Doesn't stop, right? The only thing you have to do there is the picking up the fingers in exactly the right time. But this is about bow economics. Bow economics. Quite important. So keep in mind, if we don't have an even time measurement, so just like the 3/4 measurement, if we have that, then put out the cap. If we have that, then you have to sort of smuggle it a little bit. So 1, 2, 3. And then the short note also gets the whole bow, but with more bowing speed and less pressure, so it doesn't increase in volume. So let me know if there are any questions about that, or any question at all at this time, because yeah, I'm here now, so we're still live. And if not, then let me explain a little bit about the Creative Violin Method, because it's all going to be found in the Creative Violin book. And from the book, every single exercise is in video. You can practice along with the videos, but also the complete explanations, complete lessons, which you would have from a teacher, are all on video. So if you're self-taught, if you want to be self-taught, you want to start with violin, and you don't have a teacher, or a teacher is just too expensive, you don't want to spend all that money, it's all there. So explanations in detail about every little new build up in the technique in this method, it's there. So let me show you here. Well, here is the complete violin method book, and all the videos that are still on YouTube, but not for very long anymore. But let me explain that right here. Let me show you first. Let me show you the inside of the book. Yeah, this was lesson 1. We did that a few weeks ago, if you can remember. This is how it looks like, the parts and everything, and learning how to read. This page, if you see the right page, page 10, that is already learning you how to read. It's as simple as that. People think, oh, it's so very complicated. No, no. If you don't know how to read music, the first page is already going to show you everything about reading. Very, very easy. I promise, really. Okay, and well, lesson 2 already there with quarter notes. We did quarter notes last time, and well, that's how lesson 2 looks like. Shorter bow, you see half bow, but from that, I don't have to explain that, right? All right. Okay, so moving on, let me show you. So classical music is featured, of course, in this method. Classical music, this is by Bach from the Bauernkantate. And you see, this is the video that you get on YouTube, and you can study along with that. So you don't have to read the notes and, what is that? By the way, this is lesson 4 already. That's how fast it goes. If you practice with these videos, this is lesson 4. And then you're already playing Bach. Absolutely. So, and this is the video you can practice with. And if this goes a little bit too fast, if you're still beginning to practice the song, you can obviously change the speed of the video. You can put it a little bit slower, da, dee, 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 and practice with that. And if you're confident, you put it on the normal. You can even speed it up a little if you feel really powerful. Well, that's the classical, but the Creative Violin Method, all the old methods, they're all based on just classical music. But there's so much more. There is, I'll show you. Amazing Grace. Well, you see there, this is the 3/4 measure which I talked about, and with the bow economics. Well, this, you see, oh no, this is lesson 4, excuse me, please excuse, this is lesson 4, but then you're already playing the spiritual Amazing Grace. With accompaniment and everything, practice with a video. How about that? It's all there. Check this one. Gypsy jazz. Well, playing jazz on violin. No method at all has this, and it's all in the beginner's book. This is a little bit further on in the, I think, lesson 8 or something like that. But that's this lesson. You're playing this in lesson 8. That's how fast it goes. Strolling around, gypsy jazz, all featured in the method. We can go on. Let me show you more. There you go. Irish music, and there's gypsy, there's Balkan, there's Romanian folklore, and in book 2 I'm also going to feature Latin music, so it's all going to be there, not just classical. Classical is there, and quite some pieces, but there is so much more, and it's so much fun to study different styles, and you're learning so much more, and even improvisation. Improvisation is part of the first lesson, lesson 1 already. We improvise from the first lesson with the technique you have acquired in that lesson. So that's so much fun to do, really. And not classical method like, I mean, you don't find that in any other classical method, but it's all there in the Creative Violin Method. It's so much fun to do. Yeah, and this one, of course. Well, the very famous Pachelbel's Canon. Well, you recognize that already, and that's the last song in book 1. So lesson 14, that's lesson 14, and you're playing Pachelbel's Canon. And well, if you do that, you can, if your friend or brother or sister or anyone is getting married, you can say, let me play Pachelbel's Canon in your church service. That's where it's played, and maybe you can even earn money on that one as well. Well, you know, but that's all in the first lesson book, book 1, lesson 14, Pachelbel's Canon. That's how fast it can go. So what do you get included in this method? You can see it. It's the full violin course. You can practice with the videos. It is included in the book. Online tutorials, so every explanation of every technique you can learn, and it's in a chronological order. So you don't have to look for random videos anymore on YouTube. No, this is structured method. And it's got backing tracks as well. So if you're confident that you don't have to practice with a video anymore, you can do it alone. Then you get the backing tracks. So the same accompaniment, what you see in the video, you have on, you can play that from your USB or computer device or anything. And with that, you have your own accompaniment, and you can do house concerts. So backing tracks of every exercise and every song in the book. It's all there. And of course, if you're self-taught, if you don't have a teacher, I would advise you to also go online in our Facebook group, and that's our community, and this is where people can post their progress, and then we can see if you're doing it right or if some things are a little bit going wrong, in the wrong direction. It's always possible. You always need someone looking over your shoulder and looking and just checking if you're doing it right. And if I see, or my colleagues, if we see something going in the wrong direction, we can correct you on that. We will always give professional and very positive feedback on your post. So if you're working on an exercise and you think, well, this is going fine, I'm going to post that in the Facebook group. And there's about 6,500 over the 6,500 members in it already. So join it, and we can learn from each other. That's my goal, learning from each other. How great is that? So if you post your video there, you'll get positive and professional feedback, and then we know and you know that you're doing it right. So you cannot go wrong there, especially if you don't have your own physical teacher at home. That's really a great feature, and it's all free. It's included in this method. And now you think, oh my God, this method is going to cost hundreds of dollars with all these, and actually it should be. But for now it's all free. The method is 28 euros, and that's it. 28 euros, one-time payment, nothing more than that. That's it. And then you get it all. So you get the backing tracks, you get all the videos with it. But yes, as you see there, it is for a short time only. This is all going to change end of this month. And if you're watching this and you think, okay, I've got some time. Yes, maybe you have some time. But let me tell you, if you buy the book for 28 euros, you're going to have everything included. And once all the videos will go away from YouTube for free. They're for free now. They're going to go back to the website, and then this is going to be back a paid service. So if you buy it now, I'm going to include you in the website learning environment. So if you get that now, if you do this after this month is done, so from 1st of November, then it's going to be a paid service. The book will always be 28 euros, but you won't have the lessons from it. Got it? So you won't have the lessons from it. That's going to be a paid service. So now you get it for free, and if you get it now, and we're going to change from YouTube to the website learning environment, you're going along with it, and you'll have all the videos free for life for just 28 euros. How about that? Does that sound like a good deal? Okay. So if I would teach you all the violin lessons from this method online, would that be worth 28 euros for you? It's lessons for about a year or 2 years. Some do it in 1 year, the whole book, and some do that in 2. So would that be worth it? 27 euros. That's it, one-time payment. And from November, it's going to be 27 euros only for the book. And then you have to pay for the videos. So everything free for 27. Study in your own pace and study from wherever you are, because it's all online. And so the new feature of the Creative Violin Method is that you can practice with videos. No other method on this planet has this feature. And I mean every single exercise, every single song in the book has online videos and accompaniments. So you're following a complete structured violin course from beginner to the advanced. So no monthly fees, just from beginner to advanced. Now, this month, only for this month, 27 euros. From November, this is going to change.
Hi, my name is Pauline from Kenya. I'm a student at Creative Violin. For me, the great benefit is that I can learn from home anytime I want. And something else is that this curriculum is a step-by-step curriculum. So I'm able to gain skills from one lesson to another. And something else is that whenever you send your progress to the teacher, he is always available to give you personal feedback. So for me, I recommend you Creative Violins.